Hey everybody, it is Fascinating Comic Guy Ryan here, and I'm wanting to do a review on my Alliance War defense and why I did what I did. So here we are, we just open it up. Right now they have me defending the Med Bay, which is pretty much one of the more important rooms. Like, it only gives you 50 points if you're able to take it down, but it does a global buff that increases everyone's rooms by 40% health. So we're here. So I started my defenses. Basically, I have like the weakest ones at the very beginning, and as you progress, it goes down to the very strongest. So like my first team is just a hand team. Uh, I honestly don't really like the hand very much. Like, they don't really, like, they're not very good. I don't like them at all. But the only reason why I have them even worked on a little bit is for the event that helps you get ABCs, which is your material resources needed to upgrade characters' gear. So like that's the only reason why I have them. So since I had to upgrade them a little bit, they're better than a default team, so I threw them in here. After them, I have the Kree team. Kind of the same reason. I only have them upgraded just because I wanted to get Nick Fury, and again, they're better than the default team. The Kree team is actually not half bad, to be honest. They're definitely a lot better than the hand team. So I have them these two guys here at the very beginning. So like when a team comes in, they'll like see these, they'll be like, oh, we can totally like take them out and not have to worry about anything. This guy's probably weak. After them, I got my supernatural team. Now they're not the since the game has so many new characters coming out all the time. I haven't been able to work on them as much as I'd want to. Like Mordu, he's doing really really well, but that's only because I wanted him for the Phoenix to unlock her, and I was worried that once you got the characters to the 6 stars, I was worried that you'd need like them to actually be really really powerful to be able to unlock her. So I put a lot of materials and resources into Mordo. But Ghost Rider, Doctor Strange, Scarlet Witch, and Bloodstone, like, they're not the best. Like, they're not weak, but it's still a pretty difficult team. Here is I actually used to have a hero brawler team, but I had these guys out for offense at first, but because a lot of times you'll find like a defender team in on a war defense, and I was like, oh well, maybe I'll upgrade my Sinister Six team since they were advertised as being like the defenders killers, and for like the last 5 wars, I would use them against the defenders, and it would be like a punch up. Like, I would be going against a weaker defenders team, and for some reason, these guys would die. Like, as you can see, they're not weak. Like, they got like my Rhino here. He's tier 11. He's got all of his abilities pretty much maxed out except for T4s. And like my Green Goblin, like 5 red stars here, and he's a complete, like, a lot of them are 7 stars. Like, they just, like, my Vulture would die like right away. Then after him would probably be my Mysterio. I asked for advice. I did all the advice, and they would still lose, and I hated them. So most of the times I hear people actually put the Sinister Sticks on their defense. So that's what I did. I swapped out my Hero Brawler team for my Sinister Six since they were just ridiculously disappointing to me when it comes to going against the teams that they were advertised for. Then I have my Ultron here. Now my Ultron's pretty much max. He's just missing one T4. I'm saving up for that last one to, and he's got tier 13. He's super super strong, and I threw him in here with Captain America just so that he can at least get a taunt off. So that, because yeah, if you're able to kill Ultron before he like summons his minions and you get like overrun by minions, you're pretty much screwed. But since I got Captain America there, he'll taunt and get your attention off of him. And then the rest of the characters are Shield and Avengers, so they all got pretty decent synergies with each other. Um, Hawkeye there, he'll blind people, and Black Widow, she'll give everyone speed up, and Quake here will slow everyone down. And then after that, then it gets really difficult for people because I got my Asgardians team here. My Hela, she's tier 13, which actually I really like my Hela here. She's like I got her at 4 red stars. I would have Black Bolt if I was able to get her to 5 stars. Like I spent a lot of money on the Asgardians hoping to get Black Bolt, and unfortunately I was one of the people that did spend a lot of money on the Asgardians and was unable to still get Black Bolt. So that made a lot of people in the community pretty angry that they still, no matter, like, they wailed out and they were still unable to unlock it for a lot of people just because of the RNG. Like there was one offer where I could have gotten her to the 5 stars if I spent another $100, but I probably spent like $400 on these guys, to be honest. And but no, these guys are freaking deadly. Even if they're like half, like 144,000, they're still pretty annoying to take down. So I managed to get them up to 244 with room buffs and everything like that. And I can get quite a few defense wins with them. Then after that, I got my shield team here. I got lucky when the red stars first came out and they gave everyone basically a free 6 red star. I got a shield assault. At the very beginning, I was like, oh wow, shield assault. Like I would have loved to have gotten someone awesome like Captain Marvel or something like that, but like it was just a minion at the time. I didn't have any good shield characters, but now that I got uh, when they introduced Agent Coulson and everything like that, I started upgrading my shield team. Plus, I got the Nick Fury, so this is also a really good team. And both of these guys, they're just basically, specifically, with their passives and traits, they're mainly best for war defense. And then at the very end here, I have the standard BKT team with my Groot, Minerva, Rocket, Star Lord, and Thanos. Thanos just recently got to 6 stars, and I did also just get him up to tier 12. Like the other characters were all tier 13 because I use them for Dark Dimensions 3. I mean, Dark Dimensions 2. And I was thinking to myself, like, I never used Thanos at all for. I never planned on using Thanos for Dark Dimensions 2. So I always left him at tier 11. And then the other day I was like thinking to myself, I'm like, oh, you know what? Maybe he should get some more love, kind of get him a little bit closer to everyone else because he's the only one that's like tier 11 while everyone's tier 13 for gear wise. So last night I kind of spent power cores refreshing the supply store, spent a lot of gold, and managed to finish him up to get him to tier 12. He'll probably stay at tier 12. I could probably get him to tier 13. I do have the orange mats in his areas to get him halfway there. But like I said, I don't plan on really using him for Dark Dimensions 2. I'm still doing Dark Dimensions 2 because the more you do Dark Dimensions 2, you get this little circle around your avatar. And it's like every single time, like every 3 times you complete it, it gets a little bit more unique. So I've beaten it 3 times already. When you beat it the first time, basically just get the standard purple circle, and then once you're at 3, you get like a little slightly more complex, and then that's at 6, you get another one that's a little more complex. And I think it actually goes up to like 12. So, but it's a really long grind for Dark Dimensions 2. But yeah, this is my defense team here. So, like the first 2 teams are kind of just throwaway teams that I don't really care about, and it's so when people come in, they'll just like see them. They'll use somewhat decent teams. Like they're not completely weak. Like you have to actually use some decent characters. Like not the best characters. Like you only have to use like characters that are like this team here could easily take out these 2 teams. this team here can easily take out probably all three of these guys. But like once people get to like the harder teams, hopefully that they would have used some decent characters on the earlier teams so that they'll have a lot more difficulty getting down here. But yeah, that's my roster review for my war defense, and that's the reasoning I have behind it. Usually, whenever we start a war, I always boost my Asgardians and my shield team. Someone else will probably boost my BKT or my Ultron team, and yeah, like these are. It's one of the better ones I think in the alliance. That's why they got me on the med bay, just to keep the global buff going. And yeah, everyone, just have a great day, have a good night, and see you next time. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. I'll keep trying to do more, and I will also try to keep making more Marvel Strike Force videos. Have a good one.